So we've got Christine.
I'm
We've got
sorry.
Christine here to talk to you for the next 9 minutes.
Perfect.
All right, I'll hand it over to her.
Hi,
there.
Christina. Hi. I'm Moriah, and we have Sage in here with News Channel 12 in New Bern. So
Awesome.
yes, we'll just get this really quick for you. So you've always wanted to be an astronaut since you were a little kid, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Kind of tell me what it's like to actually be living your dream right now.
It's a pinch me day every single day. I feel like I was fortunate enough to hit the jackpot of life, and sometimes I can't believe that I got so lucky. I have always wanted to be an astronaut. I told my kindergarten teacher, I told my college professors, but I knew that it was an impossible feat, and that even though I was going for it by following my own passions and whatever unconventional path that might have been, I still never thought it could really happen. So just as surreal as the day that I was told I was selected to become an astronaut is also how I felt yesterday when, we announced that we'd be going to the moon. Again, a dream that never seemed to be really possible.
Perfect. And since you didn't think it was possible, kind of tell me some of the challenges that you've had to overcome to get to where you are today.
I think one of the biggest ones is my unconventional path to get there. When I first started telling folks that I wanted to be an astronaut, some of the things I heard started to sound like a checklist of how you should live your life to become an astronaut, become a pilot, do X, Y, Z. And not all of those things actually sounded appealing to me. And I thought, gosh, do I really have to do all these things? And then I realized, you know what? I hold this program in such high regard that the only way I want to get there is if it's what I'm truly meant to do by way of the things I'm passionate about and good at. And so that's what I did. I actually got a job at NASA as an engineer when I first graduated from NC State. And I left that perfectly good dream job working as a NASA engineer to go live at the South Pole for a year. Many people question that decision. And I continued to work in really remote places, kind of as a science nomad. It meant that I didn't have as much time to develop my career as an electrical engineer, but that's what I was passionate about. It was exploration, and that's what felt right to me. It turned out that those things that I took away from that ended up forming the basis of what I talked about in my astronaut interviews and a lot of what I draw from even today as a professional astronaut. So kind of overcoming that, having to convince the naysayers of my life that I thought this was the right path was definitely something to overcome.
Well, it turned out to be the right path for you. So kind of tell me about the actual mission. What are the differences between like this Artemis mission and from the mission from the Apollo mission?
Great question. In this Artemis generation, we are going to the moon, but we're doing it in a completely different way. I like to say we haven't done this before. We haven't gone to the moon with the goal of staying in a responsible, sustained way and taking those lessons on to exploring Mars one day with humans. That is the real goal here that makes it different. There's many other technical differences about the mission. The rocket is slightly different. The capsule can take more people for longer, which enables things. We have a different lander that can take more logistical things so that we can build that base on the moon's surface. All those to me are technical implementation details that are important and are exciting. But the fact that we're going in a sustained manner, we're going in an era where we're going for all and by all is another way that it's really different and really important. Makes me so excited for America and the world to take this on.
Perfect. And kind of tell me exactly like what is your role that you will be doing in this mission? Talk to me about what exactly you're going to be doing.
Sure. There's 4 positions on this Orion spacecraft, a commander, pilot, and 2 mission specialists. I'm a mission specialist, so that means I get to contribute to all of the knowledge that we're going to gain about the life support systems, the habitation systems, communication systems, also hopefully some of the rendezvous and maneuvering systems, even though probably primarily for that, we'll have the pilot and commander who are both test pilots at the controls. But what I hope to bring is my experience in space. I've been honored to spend almost 11 months in space, and taking those lessons and being able to feed that back to the people on the ground that are designing the systems for the people on future missions in Orion, that is going to be an awesome privilege. And that's what I'm hoping I can bring to this mission.
Kind of tell me, do you ever get like nervous going out in space, or are there any like concerns that you have?
I honestly never felt afraid during my space mission. And I think that I attribute that to a couple things. One, our awesome training. We know how to handle every emergency that we can think of. We're so well trained. We can fall back on that training in any circumstance. And then two, the trust and belief that we have in our engineers, in our designers, in our operators, in our flight control team. We have utmost confidence in their ability to assess risk, to design systems that are safe, and to truly believe in bringing us home safely. The fact that we're all one team together working towards that goal makes us be ultimately confident. Anytime there is any kind of trepidation, we turn that fear into focus, I like to say. And that's something that as astronauts we're trained to do. And it really works that way. In the times when I've done the riskiest things, spacewalking, launching, returning to Earth, are the times that I have felt most calm and most focused in my missions.
Perfect. And just like one last question, we are actually since you're from this area, we're actually in the process of trying to get in touch with some of your teachers to put together a story later on. Is there any like teachers or anybody, in the Eastern North Carolina area that you would like to thank, or anything you would like to say to the people from around here, from your hometown?
Absolutely. I went to HMS Middle School, and that was awesome. HCMS, Hunters Creek Middle School in Jacksonville. I went to White Oak High School in Jacksonville, and St. Francis of Assisi Elementary School. So these are all schools that had major formative things for me. I fear that many of those teachers have moved on because I'm many years having graduated from those places, but I can't think of a more inspirational group. One teacher that stands out was my social studies teacher in 7th grade, Mr. Skeeto. He expected excellence from us, and he expected us to learn so much more than any other teacher. And that expectation of excellence made us want to be excellent. And that's something that I carry with me right now. And every day I do my job. My science teachers, being in the rocketry club, and also just all the sports. My coaches, Coach Barrett from cheerleading, so many things that I did. I had amazing math counts. I was also a mathlete. I had amazing math counts coaches. I mean, the list goes on and on, but if you get with those schools, I'm sure you'll find somebody.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. Could you just smile so I can take a picture?
Sure.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. I know that you have to get going here in a minute, but if I don't talk to you again, best wishes. I wish you all the best and stay safe out there in space and keep exploring.
Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. Thanks for telling the story to Eastern North Carolina, down east.
Yes. Thank you. Have a great one. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.